Hello, everyone. Hey, I can see your smiling faces out there. Let me get a closer look. Oh, yeah, they're smiling all right. Is my eye getting bigger? I can't tell what's happening here. Is that what happens if I go like that? This is just getting weird. All right, I'm moving on to our read aloud, everyone. Here we go. The Berenstain Bears and the Messy Room. And this is a public service announcement for all of you who have a messy room out there. Please clean your rooms. I know I am not your parents, but I think it's great for you to hear stuff like that, especially from people who are not your parents. I'm asking you as a homework assignment to please clean your room every day. You're welcome, parents. Okay, here we go. The Berenstain Bears and the Messy Room. From the outside, the Bears' treehouse, which stood beside a sunny dirt road deep in bear country, looked very neat and well kept. The flower beds sparkled with red, yellow, and blue tulips. The woodwork was freshly painted and in good repair. The grass was cut and the vegetable patch was properly weeded. Even the bird's nest that perched on one of the treehouse branches was well trimmed. You can see how nice their house, look how nice and neat that looks. Nice and neat is good. The inside of the Bears' treehouse was neat and clean, too. The pictures were straight, the piano was dusted, the kitchen was spick and span. Even the basement was neat and clean, and if you think it's easy to keep a treehouse basement neat and clean, well, you've never tried to do it. I've never tried that either. I know my real basement, which is just below me in real life, isn't very clean, but it's a basement. Yes, the Bears' treehouse was a lesson in neatness and cleanliness, except for one place, Brother Bear and Sister Bear's room. It was a mess. Look at this. This says closet, open at your own risk. I hope you're not stuffing stuff in your closets to try and keep your room clean. Don't do it. Your parents never look there. A half-done jigsaw puzzle gathered dust in one corner of the room. A group of brothers' dinosaur models collected cobwebs in another. Sisters' stuffed animals were everywhere. And for the Curb's big storage closet, well, just be careful how you open it. You see that closet there, just busting out. It knocked the mama bear over. It wasn't that brother and sister were naturally messy. They tried to keep their rooms straight. They made their beds most of the time, and they swept and picked up once in a while. The trouble was that when cleanup time came, they spent more time arguing than cleaning. How am I supposed to sweep with your dumb dinosaur toys all over the floor, argued Sister. And that word that starts with a D, we're not using that in real life. It's just in this book. They're not toys, they're models. And don't move them. I'm working on a setup of the Pleistocene age, brother protested. So that would be some kind of dinosaur age. Pleistocene, Schmechtocene, shouted Sister. Say that 5 times quick. Pleistocene, Meschocene, Pleistocene, Schmechtocene. Not only was brother and sister's room a mess, but brother and sister were getting to be a mess too, always arguing about cleanup chores instead of sharing the job and working as a team. That's how you do it. You work as a team. What usually happened was that while the cubs argued about whose turn it was to do what, Mama took the broom and did the sweeping herself. And she often did the picking up too. That was the worst part, the picking up. And the putting away. Does the mama bear look happy there? No. She looks like her back hurts and she's just so tired of picking up after these bears. Well, the mess just seemed to build up and build up until one day, maybe it was because Mama's back, oh, you see that? I talked about her back a minute ago, was a little stiff, or maybe it was stepping on Brother's airplane cement, or maybe she just fed up with that messy room, but whatever it was, Mama Bear lost her temper. She stormed into the cub's room with a big box. I'll tell you what's worse than stepping on rubber cement is stepping on a Lego. The first thing we have to do is get rid of all this junk, she said. Junk, said brother and sister, watching in horror, as Mama began to throw things into the box. My teddy isn't junk, screamed Sister. My bird's nest collection isn't junk, yelled brother at the top of his lungs. So she's Mama Bear is tossing all this stuff into a box, and you can see they can't believe what she's doing right now. The screaming and yelling got so loud that it reached Papa, who was in his workshop putting the finishing touches on a batch of chairs that had been ordered by one of his customers. He couldn't imagine what was wrong. He hurried up the stairs, looked into the messy, noisy room. It didn't take a deep thinker to figure out what was going on. A little bit of discontent in the bear home right now. Discontent is people not feeling happy. Quiet! Papa got Mama's and the Cubs' attention and called a family meeting right then and there. Now the mess is really built up in the room, he said. In fact, it's the worst case of messy buildup I've ever seen. And it isn't fair, he continued. It just isn't fair to your mama and me because we have a lot of other things to take care of. And it isn't fair to you because you really can't have fun or relax in a room that's such a terrible mess. Everyone, pause the video and reread that page. That's what parents mean when they say, clean up your bedroom. It's not fair. But Mama is putting all my things into that box, even my teddy, said Sister. And my things too, cried Brother. Then Papa got an idea. A box, yes, he said. Better yet, a lot of different kinds of boxes. A big toy box for your large toys. I can make one for you in my shop. And some smaller boxes for your collections and models. And how about one of those boards with holes and pegs to hang things on? Asked Sister. A pegboard, said Papa. Great idea. All this room needs is a little organization. Exactly. Just need to be organized. You have to have a plan. A little organization and a few rules, added Mama. Rules about more sweeping and less arguing and not leaving things to gather dust and cobwebs. Mama has had it up to here. Papa set to work making a fine big toy box and a large pegboard, while the Cubs and Mama sorted out toys, books, games, and puzzles and put them into boxes that fit neatly into the closet. Every box was clearly labeled. How wonderful. Sounds like a dream come true. Some of the Cubs' things did end up in Mama's big throwaway box, not Sister's teddies, of course, but some of Brother's birds' nests, the crumbling, falling apart ones. It was a very big job cleaning up all that messy buildup, but after a lot of straightening up and putting away, the job was finally finished. Wow, said Brother. That was quite a job, but it was worth it. It looks like a whole new room, said Sister. The Cubs were right. Look at how organized everything looks. It reminds me of our classroom a little bit and how organized it is and how after we work on something, we just clean it up and we put it back and everything has a home and a place. And Papa had been right too. It was so much more enjoyable to live in a neat, clean, well-organized room and so much more relaxing. It wasn't as exciting to open the big storage closet now, but it was much more practical and a lot more fun. Now look at how they organized everything, and they even labeled it, which is really important when you're organizing stuff to label it. And nowadays they have those plastic bins, and I know that we use those in our basement and in other areas so that you don't even have to label it. You could just look through it and see what's inside. So that's really helpful. So everyone have a great rest of your day. If your room is messy right now, and parents, you're going to love this one, that's an assignment I'm going to give you to clean up your room and to organize things. And in school, organizing and putting things into categories of type, of size, is a really good skill. So I'm going to assign that as homework for you to clean your messy rooms. And I'm just joking. I mean, maybe they're not messy. Maybe they look great. Maybe you don't need to clean them. But if you do need to clean them, that will be a homework assignment. This is Mr. Scott signing off. See you soon. Bye.